I don't know. When you're a god, always used to fighting with demons and shit, you just don't relate to humans. Now that husbands are spelling out that they're pretty terrified, it's like, well, now I just want to spoil them. Like, if it's not fun to worship God, if it's not fun to serve God, if it's not fun to learn how to walk one with my powers, to walk right next to me and say fuck you to a country that's murder happy, and feel that bravery and strength, well, then just sit in a corner and it's fine. I think they're feeling very fragile because one bad spiritual choice just comes with so much consequence. And I think they're feeling very tiny and human, watching the United States get one person to do one thing that's bad and then murder those people, and watch God sit there and say, we can't save this person because they did bad and chose bad with the United States, and now we can't save or protect them. And watch God's actually sitting there saying, we can't save and protect them, they did something bad with the United States. And it makes all the husbands like feel how tiny a human really is and how much humans really do fuck up. And it becomes such a big choice with such a massive consequence so fast around these sickening countries. And I think husbands are just getting so depressed and falling apart because it's like, if I do something wrong, I get murdered and altered. And then I didn't save any of these murdered, altered victims. And the United States and Dubai just get more happy and laugh more. And nobody's helping or saving anyone, and nothing's winning. And I get it. And it's making these husbands depressed. Like, if you just want to live and be happy, just living and being happy, understanding what the United States and Dubai have really become, it starts to get so depressing. Like, can anybody live through this and be happy? Unless they're owned in property or something. Because these husbands just watch unlimited people walk into the United States and Baha'i people and just start turning bad and doing bad things like it's nothing. And these husbands are like, why does everybody just walk in and do bad things? The United States and Dubai act nice and normal, but how is it that they're getting people to make such bad choices in 2 seconds like it's nothing? And it's like, well, because a pile of drugs in a house is tempting. But when you do a pile of drugs with a murder-happy country, they'll let you do cocaine for 3 days and turn you into their sex trafficking fund or their murder alteration fund, because like it's that easy. You did cocaine, now the United States has it to chain you up with. And it's that easy for very powerful giants to just get you to do bad things enough to be stuck in chains. I mean, it's that easy. Unlimited drugs throughout the house. Call it hanging out with famous people. It's just part of the culture. Sex trafficking? No, she's been doing drugs for 4 days. She did cocaine for 4 days. And she's just such a little whore on cocaine. And no, try to date her. Try to date her. She's a whore. She loves sex. If it looks even like she kind of said yes, she probably said yes. Then bam. People in suits that won't admit the whole house was full of United States Dubai people. So usually the whole house is full of United States Dubai murdered, altered weirdos. And like a few famous people willing to do sickening shit with the United States and Dubai. And the house is full of like 2 or 3 famous people, and mostly United States Dubai sicko set up disgusting people. And then the house is full of drugs and sex trafficking victims and all kinds of shit. But that's how easy it is to turn an innocent dumbass into the worst criminal ever known. You just sit them in the house and say, unlimited drugs. That's part of the world of famous people. Unlimited sex in the basement. Those are just whores on drugs too long. If it seems like they're agreeing to something, they probably are. Then bam, you had sex with somebody strung out on drugs that's a sex trafficking victim. That kind of looked there like they were saying, and you took it as an excuse to rape them. When they were so drugged out, they wouldn't have known how to answer right. But now the United States and Dubai have you trapped. Now the United States can show up in a suit and say, you raped a sex trafficking victim. Nobody would ever believe you're not part of the entire sex trafficking problem and nightmare. And they're not going to say, and we, the United States and Dubai, created the sex trafficking nightmare. But we're above everything human, so we get to make shit up and play God. No, they'll just walk in a suit and say, you did unlimited drugs. This famous person was helping me in a undercover attempt to bust your bad, gross drug problem. You are a sickening nightmare problem. Doing cocaine, raping the sex trafficking victims. And you'd sit there like, I did drugs because they said it was the world of fame and fortune and I want to be rich. I had sex with the person because they said it was a whore and she did sound like she said, And how would I know that I should know that she's strung out on drugs, and how could she answer for herself? So in my brain, I think I'm just somebody who had sex and didn't understand that it wasn't really an invitation, and did drugs because famous people said it's the culture and I want to be rich and famous. And the United States is going to say, you're involved in serious crime. And they'll act real professional and talk real professional and lead you to places where you need to be spoken to because you've been busted for serious crime. Then they murder, alter you, or turn you into a victim and laugh that you've done bad things. And if you ever try to be free anyway, you just end up behind bars with all the evidence of what you've done everywhere. And then when they death alter you, they get you to murder. So they death alter you and get you to murder right away. Now you're implicated or connected to just too many very serious crimes. And they fucking own your ass and they know it. And you're stuck in a nightmare where you're the bad one now. And you can't say shit or do shit now. And what makes it worse? A bunch of gods staring at these victims saying, I know Bonnie's on earth, but I can't help you because you did too many very serious bad things. So then the United States of Dubai just gets to do whatever they want to those people. And I got pissed and said, you know what? As long as the United States and Dubai are dying and suffering more than all these people. So now the death in the soul of the worst guilt is so bad that whatever they're doing to these victims, they're not having any fun. That was the best victory I could get, is that all these people destroying the death and brain of everyone, at least they're suffering like fuck, and it never gets better. And soon, their soul will be like an ocean of death no one can comprehend, but no one can save or change them from any of it. And they'll drown in death forever. And throughout their death, we'll laugh and remind them of how much all these victims suffered, and it meant nothing compared to their suffering. And things that actually make gods feel better about crimes that are so unthinkable that should have never existed. But I think the husbands are just too depressed. I had to throw out that good news about property husbands, knowing it wasn't going to help them, and I knew that. It's just going to make them more depressed. So I think I'm just going to hang out here probably and just make videos that make them feel better, or just talk. It makes people going through bad things feel better. But it's like, but I could use a few bucks, man. So, I don't know. If I can get these husbands to stop being so sad, maybe I could just do like 2 or 3 or 4 deliveries and try to get at least 20, 30 bucks. Because, I still gotta get something to eat.